welcome to the channel. I'm Amanda and today we are here with a video about starting a new sketchbook. I have finished my old sketchbook. There will be a tour. If you want to go and see that, then you can click in the cards or in the description below after this video to watch that. But today we're going to start a new one. I have two new sketchbooks. I've got this one that I really want to try out, but I think it's going to be a little bit similar to my last one, so I'm going to hold off on this one for a little bit. And I want to try this one. This is the Khadi, I don't know how to say that, Papers, and there's the website there if you want to go and check that out. I got this on Amazon. This is the smooth one. I don't know why I got smooth, because I really like cold press, but yeah, we're gonna try it out. It doesn't even have, it has this, but it doesn't have a cover. This is just watercolor paper, so I could paint right on top of this, which is cool, and I think I'm gonna do that. But this paper is handmade, so you can see it's quite, the edges are not straight, it's very rough, and the paper is handmade, so the sizing and the texture is a little bit different on every page. So we're gonna just swatch first of all, and then I'll do a painting in here. Okay, this is very smooth. I can already tell that I'm not gonna like this much. Why did I get the smooth one? Anyway, I'm just gonna use my Cotman watercolors to start with and see how they fare. I've been really loving using these Cotmans. I stopped using them because I know that they're not that good of a quality, but to be honest, they're not that bad either. So let's just swatch a few colours here. We'll go with this colour, which is Cad Yellow Hue. Oh, okay. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect it to go on so nicely and smoothly. I have let these watercolours sit for a bit before I decided to use them. That didn't really flow as well as I thought it was gonna. Let's try a red. Okay. These are student grade watercolours, remember? Okay, that flowed a little bit better. So I'm finished swatching. I can see it's buckling and warping quite a bit. I expected that though, it's just sketchbook paper. It's 210 GSM, which I typically use in sketchbooks, but I prefer obviously a heavier weight. That is soaking. I noticed that it does have this weird freckling going on. I don't know if that's because it's student grade, but it's happening down here. These are artist grades paints, and it's happening here. Can you see that speckling? It's almost like it's pilling the paper, and I don't like that, but we'll see how it looks when it dries. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so this isn't actually dry, but it's getting late. But the bottom half is dry, and I put the bottom half on last. This is the better quality art watercolors. So from like here round this way, those are all the better quality watercolors, but it seems like they have dulled a lot more than the dry student grade colors. But the texture, you can see the fibers in the paper. Some people would think that's beautiful. I don't like that kind of texture. It just looks like the paper is wrong, but I guess I can't really say much until I do an actual painting in this. This is just swatching. Can you see that, how buckled it is? But I mean, I don't know if I expected it to be buckled or not, because my last sketchbook doesn't have the best paper really, but it didn't buckle as much. But I did tape it down and hold it down with clips, so I think I'm actually going to do that. And then I'm going to paint on this. I'm not going to talk you through it. I think I'm just going to do a speed paint and voiceover. Let's get going, shall we? Alright, we are on to the drawing portion of this video, and I decided to do a puffin because I have been really wanting to do some birds, and I thought I would do a puffin even though I'm not sure if a puffin is actually a real bird or if it's like a cross between some sort of weird animal and another weird animal. I'm not sure, but I enjoyed doing the puffin. I think I would enjoy it much more if I had the means to make it more detailed and I knew how the paper was going to work, because I had no idea. This paper works so weird. I don't know how to feel about it yet. This is a first impressions video, it's not a review, but I have a lot to say about it. Like, the actual paper itself, like I said at the beginning of this video, does seem to almost tear up, but it's just the fibres in the paper that seems to be a little bit loose and mingles with the paint, which I do not like. It makes it feel really cheap even though it's not, and it's 100% cotton, so pulp papers are more known for tearing up with the use of water and watercolour, so I don't know why it's doing that. I think it's maybe just the nature of the paper. It is handmade, so it might not be, I don't know how it's exactly made. About the buckling though, I left it to dry and then I closed it and put a little clip on it and kept it there for about 3 or 4 days, and it seems to have flattened out very well. The only crease is where the clip was sitting in the first place, and there's a little bend at the top. The puffin drawing paper did not buckle whatsoever, so in terms of buckling, I think it's okay. It does seem to buckle if you do not hold it down with something while you're painting, and the clip that I'm using is rather big, so it does take up a lot of real estate on the paper when you're trying to draw. So I don't know, I made the puffin far too small for the page and I just went with it and just pretended that I meant to do that, meant to leave a gap underneath. Maybe I'll put some washi tape around it or something. As for the colour laydown, it's okay. It does lay down pretty well, and in some areas it seems fine and it spreads out nicely and it doesn't tear up the paper. In other areas, especially when you put more water and more paint on, like the beak for example, it seems to tear up, and I did get a little bit of bleeding too, but that was just purely my impatience when I was trying to do the painting. So all in all, I didn't really have fun doing this. I felt like I couldn't get the detail that I wanted. I felt like I was rushing it. As you can see with the feather type things on his face, I wasn't really making that much effort to do a good job, I guess. And that kind of bummed me out a little bit, but it was my own fault. And yeah, I just feel like I couldn't get detail. I also tried to put coloured pencil on top of this and it didn't seem to work really well. I'm just gonna do a little test while we're here just to see what it comes out like with a completely different colour. Actually, yeah. Coloured pencil seems to work okay on top actually. I take that back, what I said about that. It seems to work fine, but when you're actually drawing on it initially, it's okay with a graphite pencil, but I don't think it's very okay with a Prismacolor, which is weird because that's a coloured pencil as well. This, probably not though, or if not, it'll be in a very long time. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and I have a bunch of other videos that you can watch in these playlists. Please follow those along and continue watching my channel because it really does help the YouTube algorithm realise that people do actually like my content and shows it to other people. Again, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video.